Good morning, pilgrims, or should I say Henros. This is Efren Gonzalez, your travel adventure vlogger. I find myself in the island of Shikoku in Japan, in front of Temple 1, about to start the 88 temples of the Shikoku Henro pilgrimage. It's been 4 years in the making, and I cannot believe that I'm standing here in front of this temple. But before I go in, I want to go next door to the gift shop and make the full transformation into a Henro. So here we are in front of the gift shop, where as you can see, I already got all my pilgrim or Henro gear that I will be wearing on this trip. And it's a departure from the traditional stuff that I wear on the Caminos in Spain. I spent a couple of minutes in there, you might say, picking all the little items. I had the help of the ladies there that speak just a little bit of English, but I have a translation device that I've been using and it's been working so far. Got my first osetai, or my first trail magic, you might say, here. And it was this, just for getting the scroll. They gave me this for free. And now it is time to visit the temple, man. I mean, there's so many rituals that I'm gonna try to stick to all of them as much as possible. We start first by bowing before we enter the temple. Then we move on to wash our hands and rinse our mouth before ringing the bell. If I get that correctly, after that we go to the main temple there. This is so surreal. Ryōzen-ji stands as the inaugural sanctuary on the Shikoku 88 temple pilgrimage. The temple is rooted in the Koyasan Shingo tradition and is dedicated to Chaka Nyorai. In 1815, the temple witnessed a transformative period when Kukai spent 37 days in northern Shikoku. His profound mission was to shape Ryōzen-ji into a heaven, a refuge from the tumult of worldly desires. Kukai bestowed upon the site the name Ryōzen-ji, symbolically transplanting India's sacred mountain to Shikoku. The importance of the temple in the pilgrimage was solidified when Juben Chinen designated it as Temple 1 in his influential 1687 guidebook. Before this, pilgrims started their journey at the temple closest to their port of arrival in Shikoku. So yes, I've been here already for 2 hours, and this is only the first temple of 5 that I had to visit today, so I better hurry up. Before I got here, I went really quickly to the convenience store that's not far away from here just to have breakfast, where I met a couple of Henros from Australia, so I got to speak English there for a little bit, and decided to have breakfast. I mean, my body, the jet lag is all over the place. So I went for something familiar, so I got some OJ, and I also had like an egg sandwich and some hash browns. Very American, but I don't recognize anything in that store. I think throughout the trip I want to start to pick it up and start to try out new things. Let's move on to temple number 2. Is Gokuraku-ji Temple, a heaven of spiritual serenity founded by Gyoki and dedicated to the deity of light, Amida Nyorai. Gardens, reminiscent of the Pure Land Paradise, cradled an ancient cedar planted by Kukai himself, promising the seekers longevity and the blessings of an easy childbirth within the sacred embrace of Gokuraku-ji. So here we are. This is temple number 2, and we started climbing already with the stairs, the steps. this is nothing. Today is gonna be flat throughout the day. It's gonna be a short day, about 12 kilometers or so. Only 5 temples. I didn't want to go crazy on the first day and visit 10 or so. Tomorrow's gonna be just about the same. And then on day 3, we have to go into the mountains. Look at the steps right there. This is just gorgeous. I mean, day 1. By the way, I didn't get a calligraphy stamp on the first temple because it already comes with a book when you buy it. I was looking around and the lady just told me look in page 1 and it was there, also on the scroll. But I'm gonna get one on this one. So that was temple 2. This is so nice, man. It's starting to get cloudy. It was super sunny and blue sky this morning. There's a chance of rain in the afternoon, but I don't want to even think about that. Just got my first calligraphy stamp on both my book and my scroll. I had to use an air dryer just to dry the one on the scroll, but I think even though it takes longer, it's gonna be well worth it. Once I have that scroll in my living room, oh, I didn't spend as much time as I did on the first one, which is great. So let's start moving on to temple number 3. Today is going to be overwhelming for me because everything is new. I still feel like the jet lag from the flight here. I feel like a kid in the candy shop. Everywhere I look is new. Everything I point my camera at, it just looks awesome. And I think I'm going to have a great time here in Shikoku, for sure. So after leaving temple 2, I'm walking through my first cemetery here in Japan, which is it's different, you might say. It's really, really different. I don't know if you noticed already, but we're walking through the city. This is very different than what I'm used to. I'm used to walking more in the countryside, but this pilgrimage is not like the Camino. Here, most of the sections of the Henro takes place in cities. That's where all the high number of concentrations of temples are located. We do get to go into the countryside every now and then and going through the mountains and the nature trails that we like so much. We got some nice mountains that we have to climb. There are days with 1,200 meters of elevation climbs, and that is the norm. I'm gonna be here for 50 days and I have 2 different itineraries that I have planned. One, 50 days, where I'm just doing the stages as if I was walking, and then I have another one that's about 30 plus days, close to 40, where I'm using the train services here and the buses just to gain some ground, because there are sections in between a few temples where it might take a few days to get there. So maybe in those sections I'll take public transportation. This is not like the Camino where everybody has to walk or else you're not a true pilgrim. This pilgrimage, actually like 90% of the people that do it on a bus or driving. It's a small percentage of people that actually do it on foot, and an even smaller percentage that do the entire trail. But I don't know, since I don't have a set itinerary, I'm just gonna play it by ear, and we'll see. 50 days I think is more than enough time to do it on foot. So I could even ditch the scooter if I don't like it halfway through the trip and continue the rest of the way the classical way. All right, let's move on to temple number 3. So I was already stopped at the first group of locals here just to talk about why am I doing this and why am I doing it on a scooter, which I knew was going to be an icebreaker. Just came across one of the stone markers that we're gonna be following here, similar to the one that I saw on the Camino. I think on the Camino Frances they're promoting this pilgrimage a lot, and over there I saw a stone marker in Molina Seca, which is right before Ponferrada. I saw another one in Palas del Rey, and of course in Sarria. These are the guys that were talking to me right now at the crossing. And yeah, I'm gonna be enjoying the scooter for the next couple of days while I'm here in the city. But then when I had to climb over that huge mountain that we have, it's one of the toughest days on this pilgrimage. Believe it or not, they have a luggage transfer service at the place where I booked. So they're gonna take the scooter to the next accommodation for like 1,500 yen, which is not bad at all. And I'm gonna walk that mountain on foot with my backpack, just like I'm used to. That one, I think it has like a 1,200 meters of elevation gain, similar to the first day on the Camino Frances where you have 1,500 meters. So it's gonna be an interesting day 3. Let's get to temple number 3.
Konsen-ji is known as the Temple of the Golden Well, with a tale of devotion and miracles. The temple's tower, attributed to the Buddhist priest Gyoki, was commissioned by the Emperor Shomu in the 8th century. Gyoki carved the primary image of Shaka no Rai, laying the foundation of this sacred site. Kukai's visit in 810 became a defiant moment, marked by a simple strike of his staff that birthed a stream of golden water, forever sanctifying the grounds. It is said that if you can see your face in the well's reflection, you will live to be 92. If not, you will die within 3 years.
Well, I gotta tell you, it doesn't look like it's gonna rain at all, which is always great news. But it's so hot right now. It's probably like in the 80s. And this white vest that I got on is making things even worse. But it goes with the territory. I stopped really quickly at another Lawson to get a refreshment, just to cool down a little bit. And as you can see, I'm also walking. I have the scooter right here, which I can always push when I have to go uphill, so it's not like it's not a bicycle. And I just enjoy the downhill so much because it gives me that cool breeze. Now let me talk to you guys about a little bit about the travel day yesterday, which was kind of like a nightmare scenario for me. I started filming with my phone as I usually do. I love the zoom lens on my Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, but when I landed in Dallas and I turned it on, it asked me to enter the SIM password, which I thought I knew, but as it turns out I don't. So I entered the wrong one 3 times and it completely locked me out, meaning that I lost my phone for the entire trip, because I need to go to like a Samsung store in order to get it unlocked, which is the first on any of my trips. This is just so surreal that I lost my main device. I feel so naked. That's where I have my GPS tracks. Wow, look at this guy. The speakers. That's where I had my GPS tracks. That's where I had everything. My life was in there, and I had to improvise. I'm so glad that I brought my tablet. I was gonna use it, or I'm gonna use it to edit some videos here. And at one point I thought, you know, let's just cut down on the way and leave it behind. I am so glad that I didn't do that, because, you know, if I had left it home, this trip probably would have ended before it even started. So I don't have data on this trip, unless I buy a phone here in Japan, which is gonna be a pretty penny, that's for sure. So we'll see. You know how I am. I always improvise. I had to take it as it comes, always with a positive attitude. And this stretch between Temple 3 and 4 is the longest one so far, at almost 5 kilometers, which is usually how long it takes me to walk in 1 hour. But with a scooter, I probably can cut that in half. But you know, I'm walking and riding the scooter too. So freaking hot. Nah, it's all right. And the hat is incredible. I mean, it looks funny. It does. But it covers my face from the sun. And when it comes to the wind, when I'm riding downhill, it serves me as a little parachute, a little brake, but not too bad. Look at this. It's incredible, man. You know, to be honest with you, I never expected Japan to look like this. You know how we have the fantasy version, the Hollywood version in our minds, but this is like rural Japan, and this is like a major city anyways, but I guess we're walking in the suburbs right now. I also have to get used to the traffic. They ride on the left, like the British do, so from our perspective, they ride in the wrong side of the road. Check out the houses here, man. This is gonna be such a great trip. Are you walking the Henro?
I am.
Yes.
What about you?
Yes. First day and I already got lost.
Oh,
Big time. Not lost. I just missed Temple 4 and 5 and I made it to Temple 6.
oh.
And I'm like, well, what's going on? I know already what happened. Because I made a turn there, I saw the Lawson, and I came to have a snack, and then I went that way. So I missed the turn.
Far by, yes.
So I just kept going and going. I'm like, wow, that Temple 4 is really far away. And then I see 6, and I'm like, I don't believe this. On day 1.
Well, I'm impressed because I'm not walking so far each day.
I'm using that scooter.
Oh,
So
that's a good idea.
today was supposed to be an easy day, like only 12 kilometers, and I'm already by 23. That's how it goes.
Temple 5 is flanked by enchanting pines and cherry trees, especially stunning in the springtime. Passing through the simple main gate adorned with temple guardians, visitors are greeted by a spacious plaza dominated by an ancient 800-year-old tree. Legends intertwine with the temple's narrative, involving Jokan Shonin carving a statue of enemy Jizō in a sacred tree, and Kukai placing a statue he carved in his belly. The temple complex unfolds with notable structures, including the Daishi Hall with its brightly painted wood carving of animals, a bronze-seated Buddha, and the inner sanctuary known as the Rakan Hall, housing life-size statues of 500 Rakan and a magnificent larger-than-life statue of Kukai. The temple faced adversity during Shosokabe Motoshika's unification of Shikoku and during destruction, yet it was meticulously rebuilt and expanded by devoted priests, monks, and believers. The temple, though damaged by fire in 1915, remained a testament of resilience and devotion. A large stone engraved with the temple's name, Dainichi-ji, welcomes visitors. The temple was restored in the early 1400s by priest Matsuboshi. Hachisuka Tadaderu, the second lord of the Tokushima domain, contributed to the construction of the main hall in 1649, with subsequent lords overseeing major repairs until 1799. The sandstone wash basin was crafted in 1822. A corridor links the main hall and Daishi Hall, housing Bensai Tenjo, Shomen Kongo, and 33 remarkable statues of Kannon dedicated by followers from Osaka in the Edo period.
Well, just leaving Temple 4, the most remote temple on today's stage, you kind of have to go up. When I was in Temple 5, just before getting here, the lady there, while I was getting my stamp, she told me using Google Translate that I could leave my backpack at Temple 5 because, on the way up here, you kind of had to climb. It wasn't too bad of a climb, but I got lost once again. You know how it goes. Today it's just been one of those days. Wait a second. Gotta bow before you leave. When you enter and when you leave. So yeah, done for the day with the temples. I still have to make my way to today's accommodation, which I cannot pass by this afternoon. It is 3:38, so perfect timing. I had to be there before 5. So I have an hour and 20 minutes, which should be plenty, unless I get lost again. By the way, the temples, they open at 7 in the morning and they close at 5. So you have to do everything within that time period. And I'm glad that today I took it easy and I only did 5 temples. Originally, I was gonna do 7. And if I would have done 7, then today would have been a total mess with what happened. I had to figure out what happened on the iPad, why the location got stuck between Temple 3 and 5. And no matter what, I kept refreshing and it wouldn't move. So it was challenging, but as always, day one, I'm like a bull in a china shop, bumping around, bumping into the walls, trying to figure it out. The signs here are in Japanese, of course, so sometimes they have the arrows, sometimes it's just like lettering, kind of pointing you in one direction. And since there are many official path that you can take here. This is not like the Camino when you only have one path to follow. This one, you have the historic one, you have one that's more nature related, and another one that's more cultural and history. That's what I saw in the guidebook really quickly. So having 3 official routes is kind of hard. And anyways, you can just take any route that you like because here they're not, they just want you to come to the temples. How you get here is up to you. In Temple 4, in Temple 5, I saw a group of pilgrims or Henros that were doing it on the bus, and they were all gathered around doing the chanting, the prayers, so that was kind of nice. And yeah, let's just go ahead and head to that accommodation and settle in, because what a day. It is 4:30 and I finally made it to the Minshuku where I'm gonna be staying tonight. I hope there are no last minute surprises because today's been one of those days that is just 30 kilometers. It was supposed to be like 12 or 15, I believe. And I kind of did a double, just going back and forward, getting lost a couple of times. And it goes to show you, day ones are always tough for me. So yeah, let's go in take all these clothes off, take a shower, see where I'm gonna be sleeping tonight. Dinner and breakfast is included, so that's one less thing or two things that I don't have to worry about. And tomorrow is gonna be another beautiful day. Tomorrow we're doing, I think, 5 more temples like we did today, and I'm gonna stay at the base of the mountain because the day after is the tough day, is the day with the climb. Let's go. This is as traditional as it gets. And I have air conditioning. Oh my God, I'm in heaven. Gotta get used to this new environment that I find myself in, my new routine that I had to develop. And just I have a whole room all to myself. I'm gonna be sleeping on that. Let's see how comfortable it is. But I'm sure it's not gonna be a problem because today I'm tired, I'm destroyed. Dinner was just incredible. Homemade. We had rice, noodles, vegetables. It was all cooked there in the pot in front of me. We even had some prawn and this delicious juice. Tomorrow breakfast is at 6:30. I think the light comes around 5:30 or 6. And then at 7 I'm heading out just to pass by Temple 6, which I saw today. And another long day, probably around 20 kilometers if I don't get lost, but you know how it goes. Wanna thank, of course, the troll angel of the day, Sean Desjardins. Thank you so much for the troll magic or the Osetai. So see you guys tomorrow at 7 a.m.